What's going on, y'all? This is Caleb again with my Wrestlemania Preview video. I want to go over the matches that's going to be happening at Wrestlemania 33 tomorrow night. This is Saturday evening that I'm starting this video. Hopefully, it'll be up by tonight, Sunday morning, so you guys can look at it and react to it. Let me know what you guys think. So obviously, I think the WWE has listened to its fans, and they've moved. It looks like they've moved the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to the pre-show, and they put the Raw Women's Championship match, like the little invitational or whatever, to the main card. But I'm gonna go through every match by match, and give you who I want to win, who I think will win. First off, I want to start with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm gonna tell you who I want to win first. I want Sami Zayn to win because I think Sami Zayn needs something. I mean, ever since that win against Kevin Owens at Payback, it seems like Owens has been the one that's benefited from the match more than Zayn, and Zayn's the man that won. But I think that Braun Strowman's going to win. They've made Strowman look really strong over the last few weeks, and I think that's gonna propel him to future Universal title opportunities I believe in the very near future. Next up is the cruiserweight title match between champion Neville and Austin Aries. I believe they're going to put the title. I want and believe they're going to put the title on Austin Aries. I mean, cruiserweight champions haven't had that greater run. They've had a couple of title defenses, and then they've dropped the title. You know, Perkins, Kendrick, Swan, now Neville. Although heel Neville has been gold, man. He has been on fire. I really like what they've done with heel Neville, but I think Aries is going to get the win here. Next up is the SmackDown Women's Invitational for the Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship. Supposed to bring some women back for this match. Obviously, it's going to be Alexa Bliss defending the title against Naomi, Natalia, Carmella, Mickie James, and Becky Lynch. But then they're supposed to have some returning women who were divas back at that time. I believe they were talking about Victoria and Kelly. Maybe Eve and Candice Michelle be there because they were there last night supporting Beth Phoenix as she was being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So maybe they'll make a return spot in that match. I want, and I believe that they will put the title on Naomi in her hometown, especially after having to relinquish the title that she won at Elimination Chamber due to a knee injury. I was thankful to see her back. They gave her that big moment where she came back and she basically cleaned house in the ring of all the women, and she stood tall. And hopefully they put the title on her. And I want them to see her give her a good run with the title. I hope they give her a good run with the title. Next up is the Raw Tag Team Championship match, triple threat style. I think they made it a ladder match, triple threat ladder match between the champions, the Club, Lou Gallows, Carl Anderson, Enzo and Cass, and then Sheamus and Cesaro. Now listen to the rumor mill. The rumor mills are saying what I believe, what I want to happen. As in Enzo and Cass win the tag team titles. I mean, I really think they deserve it, man, because they've been over with the crowd. I mean, a lot of people think Enzo is corny. I mean, they got fans, man. They got the support. I mean, why not give them a title run, man? Because they never won the NXT Tag Team Championships. I mean, a lot of people believe that when you're over with the crowd, you really don't need a title run. But I mean, at least give them a little bit of a title run, just to just so they can say that they were tag team champions. Like I said, they never got that opportunity in NXT, so winning the tag team championships at WrestleMania would be a really great thing for them, and hopefully WWE makes it happen. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship match between champion Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Obviously, I believe that they're going to put the title on Baron Corbin. They've been making him look real strong the last few months, like in the Elimination Chamber match. They made him look strong going into that, and then how he assaulted Ambrose after the match, throwing him into the pod, breaking the pod up. I mean, they've been pushing him real strong, and I think the push is going to come to a head when he wins the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow night. Next up is the United States Championship match between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Obviously, one of the more anticipated matches that one of the more anticipated matches of the year coming to a head at WrestleMania. Obviously, the best friend storyline, Owens and Jericho tag team. I mean, probably the most watchable thing on Raw the last few months. Probably the best rivalry on Raw. The reason why people were tuning in to Raw. The best thing on Raw. Was their friendship / rivalry. Jericho with his numerous sayings, Owens with his comedy. I mean, you knew it was coming to a head, but Owens turning on Jericho at the La Fiesta de Amigos, the Festival of Friendship. And then Jericho costing Owens the Universal title at Fastlane when he distracted Owens, and then which led the way for Goldberg to win the match with one spear and one jackhammer. But I believe Owens is going to come out on top here and win the United States Championship. I believe for a second time. I don't know. I think he's been both United States and Intercontinental Champion. I'm not sure, but I think Owens will get the win. Jericho's going to tour with his band Fozzy, so no reason to keep the title on him. Next up is the Raw Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way Elimination match between the champion Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks. Now, I've been hearing about putting the title on, about either Bayley retaining or putting the title on Charlotte for the fourth time, I believe, or putting the title on Nia Jax as the newcomer. I still think Nia is a little too green. And I don't think that putting the title on Nia this early would be a good idea. Sasha's heel run has been teased for a minute, and I think it's going to come in this match. As soon as I heard the elimination stipulation, I think Bayley will eliminate Sasha from the match, whether in one of the pinfalls, or whether it's the pinfall to retain the title or the first pinfall of the match. I think Bayley will eliminate Sasha, which will spark the heel run of Sasha going back as a heel, because she was a heel in NXT, and then I think Bayley will retain, and we'll get that good. Hopefully good Sasha and Bayley feud for the title. Hopefully something like they had in NXT, because those matches were awesome. Next up, we got the Power Couples, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. The Miz and Maurice have done an awesome job cutting promos for this match. The Total Bellas bullshit skits, man, they were awesome. I mean, The Miz and Maurice, they really brought it home. They've really sold this match to a lot of people. Because I really didn't like this match. I still don't like the match. For all that, all involved, I would have rather seen one-on-one matches between Cena and Miz and Bella and Maurice. good to see Maurice coming back to the ring. A two-time Divas champion. Hopefully she hasn't lost any steps. I'm pretty sure she's been training for this match. But yeah, it's good to see Maurice back in the ring. But I do believe Cena and Nikki Bella was going to go on. Was going to come out on top. Come over here. Supposed to be is rumored to be Nikki Bella's last match, and then Cena's supposed to be going off to make a movie after this. There's supposed to be then it's supposed to be a proposal by Cena to Nikki Bella after the match. I don't know why that. Is this part of the storyline, or is he actually really proposing to marry Nikki Bella? But you never know. Uh, yeah, I think Cena and Nikki Bella is going to win this match. Although I really be I really wouldn't be shocked or surprised to see Miz and Maurice win because I think they deserve to win. They deserve to win the match too. Next up, we got Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. I'm still waiting on the swerve move as Styles come out first, and then Shane comes out and be like, "We switched it up. I'm not your opponent. Your opponent is." He switches his hand toward the Titantron, and then Shinsuke Nakamura's music hits, and then they have a classic match. But hopefully that swerve happens. But I believe it's going to go as it's scheduled. Shane versus AJ Styles. I believe Styles will get the win here, but Shane will have that. I think Shane will put up an okay fight. Like I said, we're not really a wrestler, but he's gotten in the past with the greats. He's gotten in the ring in the past with the greats, so Shane will probably have that death-defying moment where he's jumping off the top rope through the announcer table, or jumping off the Titantron, or jumping off a cell, or something like that. That death-defying move that's made Shane McMahon's that has followed Shane McMahon his whole career. Those high-flying, death-defying moves. That makes the crowd go holy shit. But yeah, I think Styles is gonna come out on top here. Next up is the non-sanctioned match between Triple H and Seth Rollins. Now, obviously, this has been put as a match at WrestleMania since I think of course, the night after SummerSlam when the Universal title was on the line, the Fatal 4-Way match. You all remember it was Owens versus Rollins versus Reigns versus Big Cass, and then Triple H comes in interference, and he pedigrees and eliminates Reigns, and it looks like Triple H is going to help out. Seth Rollins retains after their alliance with the Authority. It was a couple years ago, but in the biggest swerve, and still the biggest swerve of this WrestleMania year, wrestling year, Triple H pedigrees Seth Rollins and cost him the Universal title, handing it to Kevin Owens. Obviously, the match was made right there, and Triple H was off TV for a long time, but they amped it back up with Rollins taking over NXT Takeover in San Antonio, where he showed up and he held the show hostage until Triple H came out, and then security escorted Rollins out of the arena. But yeah, this match has been building and building and building, and Triple H finally comes back to WWE TV, calls out Rollins after Fastlane, and then of course it's gonna be after the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, and then of course Rollins comes down to the ring, and then gets attacked by Samoa Joe, who we all expected to make his debut after Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match, but did not happen. Obviously, we seen he had bigger fish to fry, and then remember Joe puts Rollins in the coquina clutch, and during that sequence, Samoa Joe puts his weight on Rollins, and then Rollins' right knee buckles, and I think it was a torn MCL. So Rollins hasn't been really, won't be 100%. Obviously, they've had the last couple of instances where Rollins has come back limping and using a crutch, and then Triple H just beat down Seth with the crutch. I'm sorry. And then the last week the contract signing where Triple H kicks the table on Rollins' knee, but then Rollins is able to get the upper hand as he hit an insecurity on Triple H to knock him out of the ring. And I think this will be another match that'll steal the show. I think Triple H is going to put Seth Rollins over here, and Rollins will have a victory, and he'll probably go on to have probably go on he'll slay the King just to get people to buy that King Slayer T-shirt. Seth freaking Rollins. But yeah, I think Rollins will go over here in what will be a good match. I think Triple H will probably put you probably see spots where Triple H will put Rollins in a figure four or something like that to put pressure on the knee. But I think it'll be a good match though. But I think Rollins is going to go over here. Next up, we have The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. The Battle of the Big Dogs. It was The Undertaker's yard for many years, and then now Roman Reigns will say, "This is my yard now." Reigns eliminates Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. They really set this up. It's been rumored that Undertaker's supposed to go have hip replacement surgery after this match, which will effectively end his career. And they'll have Rollins to go over. They have Reigns to go over because it's apparently Undertaker handpicked Reigns to put over so he can end his career, and he'll be 22-2 or 23-2 at WrestleMania. I mean, I really wish that it was only one loss, but McMahon chose for Lesnar to break the streak at WrestleMania. And Lesnar's looked like a monster ever since, until Goldberg came back in the picture. But that's a story for later on. But yeah, I think Reigns will end The Undertaker's career, which will be much to the chagrin of the WWE Universe, and I think that they will let Reigns and Vince McMahon know about it at the end of the match. All right, next up we have the WWE title match, which should be the main event of the between the champion Bray Wyatt and the challenger and Royal Rumble winner Randy Orton. Obviously, this match should be the main event because that's been their calling card of a Royal Rumble winner. To headline WrestleMania and be in the main event. Obviously, why this match is not the main event. But yeah, I think it'll still be a great match. I'm kind of torn because they're setting up for the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble winner usually wins the match, and they're really setting up Orton to have another, probably his last world title reign of his career. Also, you have Bray Wyatt, who's been this mythical character since he started Bray Wyatt, and it took a really long time for WWE to actually put a title on him. I don't know why it took them that long, but they finally put a title on him, and I just really hope that they don't strip him of the title. I think after a couple months, at least have him go until maybe Money in the Bank or something like that. Man, that's the way I would book it. But the WWE booking nowadays, they ain't been that good. But yeah, I think they'll give it to Orton just because of him going through with Lesnar knocking a hole through his head at SummerSlam and having bleeding profusely. Obviously, we see that this was the plan all along. You know about Orton destroying the Wyatt family, joining the Wyatt family, destroying the Wyatt family, and all that stuff. So we don't need to go through that, but yeah. Obviously, this is Orton's reward for, like I said, jobbing the Lesnar at SummerSlam. Next up, we have the greatest main event in WrestleMania history. The Universal title match between Brock Lesnar and the champion Goldberg. Obviously, Goldberg making his return after 14 years at SummerSlam, facing Brock Lesnar. Obviously over the new WWE 17 video game. Lesnar was on the cover, welcome to Suplex City and all that. But then they made Goldberg character in the game. Obviously, everyone in the media teased the match, wondering if they would bring Goldberg back to have one more match with Lesnar, and they made it happen at SummerSlam. Excuse me, not Survivor Series. I'm sorry, I got the SS part, but the Survivor Series match was made. Fantasy becomes reality. Really wasn't much reality as only a minute 26 seconds. A lot was brought up of Goldberg's health and whether he could go whether he could go a full match or not. And I think it was something. I think he tore something or sprained something, and they decided it was best for the match to be short and sweet, which it was. Minute 26 seconds, two spears, one jackhammer. Goldberg comes back and shocks the world as he knocks off the beast, Brock Lesnar, at Survivor Series. Also, in the Royal Rumble, Goldberg dominantly eliminated Lesnar, obviously setting up this match. You know, uh, Lesnar's probably gonna go over. Lesnar's gonna go over here. I believe Lesnar's gonna go over. They have teased Goldberg retaining and maybe staying after WrestleMania for a few matches or whatever. But I think they're gonna give it to Lesnar here, and I think they said they might have Lesnar. I mean, what's being rumored is Lesnar is gonna hold the title for a year, and then face Reigns at WrestleMania 34 in the main event, and have Reigns defeat Lesnar because that's when Lesnar's latest contract will end, which will be Lesnar's retirement match. I'm not digging that. I'm not digging that whatsoever. Having a part timer as the champion, for the whole year. Get out of here, man. I really hope they come with something better than that. To be honest, I don't have a problem with Lesnar winning the championship, but not holding it for a whole year. That's blasphemous. But anyway, that will conclude my WrestleMania preview. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you think is going to happen on Sunday. Let me know your thoughts. Who's going to win? Do you want to see any? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I got one more thing. This card doesn't include the Usos, who are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions after beating American Alpha. Now, obviously, it has been speculated that the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, are supposed to be returning, or could be returning to WWE. Obviously, the Hardys have resurrected themselves in TNA, Impact Wrestling. Obviously, Matt with the broken character. It's really got great reviews. He's been awesome. They brought themselves back to relevancy with their feud in TNA. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome TV to watch those two. They really came a long way. And they said behind the scenes they say these people have said that WWE has offered the Hardys a contract, and they say it might be a spot in the show where the Usos could face the Hardy Boys for the SmackDown Tag Team champions. I don't know what happens. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I would really love to see that. They're the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions at the moment. They signed with Ring of Honor after they did not have their TNA contract extended. At TNA, they went to Ring of Honor and won the tag team championships there. Don't know the latest on that, but they said it could be a spot where the Hardys appear at WrestleMania if they have signed the WWE contract and accepted the WWE contract. But for now, that's all. That's all I know. And this will officially end my WrestleMania preview video. Like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, share. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.